Well, hi everyone. Good morning, everybody. It's just Francine here again today. We've got another workshop that I'm going to be working with you today, and I finally worked out how to get the camera to go landscape so you can see what I'm doing. So today's design we're going to be doing is a asymmetrical line design. So in floral art and floristry, we have different names for different things that we are doing. So this here's an asymmetrical line design, and it's working with a glass vase. Getting a lot of inquiries, Francine, how can we do a sustainable design without using floral foam? Good morning, everyone. To do a design that's not using foam. So I actually do this quite a lot with the design. Rather than going horizontal, we're going to make this one go vertical. So I think I'm chopping my head off a bit here. So I'll just adjust that just a fraction, just so I can sort of see you. That's better. So now you can see me. So what I've done is I've got a glass vase here. I've walked around the garden and I've worked out some of the branches that I want. As it's going into, we're in autumn now here in New Zealand, of course all the leaves are falling off the branches. I prefer the bare branches at the moment. For doing this design, I think it gives a more defined line for what we're doing. It also forms the mechanics for what we're doing. So I've just got a glass vase here. I'm just going to fill, oh no, I won't fill up with water yet. What I might do is I've got some aspidistra leaves. And the idea with this is we want to hide the stems of the flowers. So I'm just going to cut that off there, and I'm just going to cut a little bit out of the main vein there so it's not too heavy. The central part of the stem I'm going to take out, and then I'm going to wrap it around the vase. Now any sort of vase that you've got will work. So now I've wiped my vase down to make sure there's nothing on it so that it doesn't slip off, and then I'm just going to wrap this around, put a sticky dot there. If you haven't got sticky dot, double-sided tape or will work. I'll just put a couple of sticky dots on there for what I want it to do, and I'll peel the back off. Right. So just at any vase, I like this one because it's got a slight taper on it. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap that around, and then the sticky dots are going to hold it to the vase. Oops, hopefully we'll hold it to the vase. Take it round. Normally it holds. Just pop that on there like so. And so now that's going to hold around to the vase. It gives a really nice sort of look to the vase as well. Good morning. Hi Beverly. You're still up in the UK. Hi Valerie. Hi Jackie in Canada. How are you? So it's quite a simple way. And the idea is we're going to hide the mechanics. So I might just put another little one so I get a good overlap of that leaf. If you feel you're going to use a few more branches and you want to make it quite big, you can use a couple of leaves. I bought just a couple in just in case. So I'll stick those two together like so. Nice and simple, just wrap it up, pop it on there, and that's going to hold. Right, I'll put them aside for now. So in floristry, floral art, well, I'm only talking about floral art, but it's the same applies in floristry. We have different things called fundamentals of design, and they're our principles and our elements. So we call our elements, I like to call them like the main ingredients, like the flour, the sugar. We're talking about the line, the space. So I call them the ingredients. But the amount of, I call the principles and how we're going to use those elements. So say so this is a line design. So the line design that I'm doing, if you talk about line, it's like an expressive element in a design. So how much are we going to do? What direction are we going to go in? Well, we're going to make one in an asymmetrical. So I went out and I found, and we're doing a horizontal asymmetrical. I found two nice branches, and I want branches that have got nice little side shoots, little branching pieces, and I want to make like a little gap like this in the centre here. Okay, so what I'm going to do then is I'm going to tie that up with some paper coated wire. And there is a trick when you're tying with paper coated wire, and branches especially, because they slip. So you cross them over one way, and then you cross the paper coated wire over the other, and always keep your ties going in the one direction. So I want to tie mine so they all are tied from underneath so that you can't see the mechanics. I always leave just a little bit there like so, and then I fold. You see they've got like a little piece there, and then I tuck it so it lays in the same line. So when these shrink, I can just give it a twitch and tighten them up. Now I'm going to tie the big ones together at the back. Tie them around. You might have a branch in the garden that's already doing this, but I'm making quite a strong mechanic to hold my plant material into place. So, and again, leave my little, so I can twitch them up. Right, so now we've got this part. We've got this gap in the middle here. And then I found another piece that I really liked. I rather liked this bit. This is off my dogwood, my dogwood. So what I've got here is I want these little side shoots. I'm going to get and cut that. I'll get my big cutters for this one. And someone asked about the cutters yesterday, and I said I'd get them the name. I haven't forgotten. I'll do that today. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to lay that in that gap. I want that real branching, a really tight branching effect to the middle. It's making like a little grid, and it's what they call an armature. So I'll pop that in there. And again, I'm going to tie that again in two places. Around and through there. Cross it over, just so it won't slip. A little bit fiddly, but it'll be worth it in the end. Now tie that off. Give it a good twitch up. I hope you can see what I'm doing there. It's lovely to see you all. And you know what? This morning I woke up and there's, oh, I forgot the lady's name now and I should remember, made the most beautiful grid and frame yesterday from the workshop, and it was just stunning. And like I was saying with those frames, you can just do so many things with them. You know, if you haven't got one thing, don't worry, go and try something else. And you know the wiggly worm thing I made the other day, showing with the test tubes on? You can actually put one of those on the frame and they look really cool, and then just add your flowers. Hello to Canada. Hello the UK. So, and now I'm just going to tie that off, and now I'm just going, you really need to make sure this is nice and secure. So again, another tie. Crossing it over, going through the gap. Make that in through there. Tie that off, twist it round, cut it, lay it over. Then I'm going to bring my vase back, and I want it to go that way. Always have that nice part there, sort of to the back and the point here, because you're not going to see any of that really once we've actually done the design. And then you're just going to lay this over the vase like so, and because it's fresh, it's going to clamp on. And now you've got your mechanic for your design. Nice and simple. So by having those side shoots there, that'll, if you push them down the outer side, and then the bit that you've put through the middle, it's clamping it, so it's holding it firm. And now we've got like a little grid structure we can put our plant material in. I'm just going to cut that off so it's nice and tidy. So now that we've done that, put it on the turntable, it makes it a bit easier. So we're doing this line design. Now if it's a bit high, we don't want it too high, so I'm just going to take that piece off, but don't throw it away because we can use that in our flowers. We're going to fill the vase up with water. Now this is key when you're doing this for a competition piece. Make sure that you don't stop there, because all I'm going to see is that line of water, and it's going to detract from my design. So make sure you fill it right up with water, or just so it's hidden in amongst the foliage, and now you can't see there's actually a line of water there. You're actually concentrating now on the design. So now what are we going to do? Well, I had another walk around the garden. So I found some more aspidistra, and they call it the steel plant. Oh, hello there. Oh, it's nice to see you. So what you do is, the beauty about these is you can just put your finger through and you can tear it, and that won't go brown or bruised or curled, and it'll make it the right width that you want it to be. So I'm just going to strip that, and then all I'm going to do is I'm going to use it, and I'm just going to lay that in the water like so. Now if you want it to go so you've got a bit more control, use your mechanic to hold it, and that'll hold it into place. So that's really cool. So I'll just lay that bit over there and get that bit of a line happening there. You can sort of tuck it in play. I won't show you because if I lifted that up, you'd end up with water all out the front. We don't want that. Hello in Australia. Nice to see you over there, and in the US. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to get another piece here. And now because we've got this wrapped around the vase, and the way we've shaped it coming up to the top here is now feeding our eye into that first piece of line. Again, this one's too big. So I'm just going to cut that down. Leave the stem. Now I don't like that stem in there, it's too long. Should have noticed that. Cut it down. That's it. We want it so it's hidden. We want to hide the stems. That's better. And I do talk to myself, so I'm very sorry about that. And I'm going to cut that one a little bit shorter and pop that one this time in there and give it a little friend. That might be still a bit long, so I'll just cut that down a little bit more. Cut it down a little bit more. That's better. Put that one in through there. Actually, I might even feed that one up round there. That's better. Give it a little friend in there. And it just takes a little bit of fiddling, but don't worry. So I've got one underneath the branch and one on the top, like so. I'm glad you're enjoying your workshops. Oh, that's great. And you know what I'm loving? I'm loving seeing you do them. It's really, really cool. When all this is over, you need to find your local floral art group and go and join them. And now you've got a few tips that when you go, you think, I actually know a little bit about what I'm doing, but I want to learn more. That's why you go. So now what we've got here is I've got some of the Alocasia Jade Millie. So I'm just going to cut those. And I'm going to bring them back now into my design. Again, feeding them in amongst your armature, and it's still in the water. Now, being asymmetrical, it means the weight that I'm going to put here is going to balance the line. So visually in your eye, it looks like it's balanced. I'll put that one in through there. Got a little bit of space. I'll pop that one up a little bit. Again, the sticks are going to hold it. Just fiddle with it if you have to. Don't be afraid to keep having a bit of a play with it. Right, I'll put this one here. I want to take my eye back and through that same form. So a little bit of a rest area. Can you sort of see what I'm doing here now? Got that little bit of space in under here, but the line is still going. Now what I'm going to have a look at, just see what else I could find. Now, a really easy mechanic with you doing something like this without foam is a hydrangea head. Because what I'm going to do is take these out, put my hydrangea head right down so it just sits in that water, feed it down nice and low. You want that low. Then when you put your plant material in, it holds it. So easy. It also fills the gaps up a little bit, so then you can just put your plant material in. So if I turn that around, you'll see what I mean. See how it's kind of just, and it nests it in there. So I'll put that back in here. Just have a bit of a clean up as I go, because I'm a little bit of a messy bee and I like to have it tidy. So now what else could I find? Now we wanted to talk a little bit about continuing the line. So if I turn this back around, I had the new Nerines coming through, and this is my little pink one, and reminds me of my Auntie Betty. She loved Nerines, but she's up in Whangarei still, but she's in the home up there now. But her shop was called Nerine Floral Studio because she loved her Nerines. So I'm going to put another one and give it a little friend in there. Again, feed it in through the hydrangea and see how that's holding it. It's a no foam. It's going to hold that nice and firm, taking our line out through this way. So then what else? I don't want to put the other flowers in yet because they are a little bit fragile, the other Nerines. So then I thought I'd put in a couple of my dahlias. I'll put a couple of dahlias down in here. Again, give it a friend. All right. Pop that in there, the one in over the top, that should hold it. A couple of Nerine dahlias in there, so I've got those. Oh, morning David, nice to see you, and Lynette. Oh Lynette, I hope you're doing well. I love getting your messages coming through, honey, it's awesome. Hi Pat, how are you mate? Pat's a friend of mine. She's what I call we compete a lot against each other, a very, very talented designer here in New Zealand. Hi Val. So we've got that in there, and then I'll just get a couple more. I'm going to put one in the centre, up and through there now, and I'm going to take my eye through with the colour balance. So another one of the elements of design is colour. So now we're going to put in our colour, and this is again where the line comes through. Put the line of colour coming in through there to take our eye through the design, like so. Got that in through there, take that back. Got a few of the Nerines that are, look at them. Oops, I'm just kicking the chair. I'm very good at doing that. So a few of the Nerines are out again, so I'm going to pop these ones in here. Take that right into the hydrangea. Take that around. Now I want colour and balance to come back in, so I'm going to take another one out through this other side. So now bringing that colour in through on my opposite angle. So I know a lot of you haven't got foam, but go and have a look at your branches. You can branch out. I know. Bit of a worry really, aren't I? I'm very sorry about that. I had just a couple of the water lily looks that I'd picked, so I thought, well, I'll just use a couple of those today. Again, because they've got that pink tip, so I'm going to put one right in there. And I'll put another one down in through here. Just gently place it in. And now you can't see that hydrangea, but it's really holding like a mechanic in there, foam free. So people are saying, but I can't do a horizontal design being foam free. Yes, you can, as long as you get your stems right. You've got your little collar around here to hide your stems, and you've got your hydrangea and your armature from your twigs. Now what else have I got? Oh, I had a little bit of Paris coming through the lily of the valley. I think I need just to have a little bit of that. Another textural contrast in here. Another, bringing a little bit more pattern in. Just a teeny weeny bit. And I like it because it was hanging, and I've got a couple of longer pieces to take it out through there. Just take that little bit out through there. And I'm going to bring a little bit back. So some days I'm going to teach you how to do, or show you, not teach you, show you how to make frames and different mechanics, and then sometimes I'm actually just going to do flowers. So there you go. So we've got our flowers coming through like so. I'll put that one in there. Tuck that down nice and low. Didn't like that one. Now I also said maybe you might like some succulents if you haven't got a lot of flowers. So with your succulents, I've skewered these ones. That'll give me the length to take them in, and pop one in through there like so. Do I like that? Scale and proportion, I think it's too big. See how it's too big compared to everything else? So I'm going to take that out. I've got a smaller one I'll use. That's a bit better. Oh, I've even left some livestock in there. Sorry, Mr. Caterpillar. I'll put you in the garden later if you survive that throw. Put another one here. Put another one, give it a little friend underneath. Tuck that right in underneath, and then you'll see what I mean about scale and proportion. Far better size. So I haven't got this big satellite dish of a succulent sitting there. Now I've got a couple of little ones sitting there. Then I had a look to see what else I could find for colour in the garden. I might have one more dahlia here. I might pop a little bit more colour just in through there. If I can get that one in. That's better. Just pop that one in there. And I need something right in the top. Now, I did have my Varayas, and I was a bit worried about it. It's probably quite bright. But this is the tropical Varaya, and I have a lot of them. I worked in some garden centres when I did my horticultural papers, and we used to propagate Varayas. Oh, so I've got a garden full of Varayas. Just love them. But I've put them up by the house because they are frost tender. So I've put them up by the house underneath the eaves. So when I have the expeller from the kitchen on, it keeps that warm drift of hot air coming in over them. So I might just pull one of those off though. It's too many in there. Another one, tuck that down nice and low. Spread that one out a little bit. Have a little bit of a fiddle to make sure I'm happy. Right, put that there. Other things that you could use, but I'm going to be showing a few other designs, is I really like to use the aloes, and at the moment our aloes are starting to flower. So I use these in the place of a nipfolia, of the red hot poker. It's the same kind of form. So they're starting to come out, but I think I've got enough line in there. I don't really want to make it too heavy, but I was just showing a few options. Another option if you want to is you can just spike the little aloes. You can spike them up, put them on a kebab stick, and that can bring another form in. Not sure if I really want to do that in here. I might try one, see if I like it. Pop that in through there. I kind of like that. Takes it, looks like it's caging over the top. Sure, I like that one there. Just a bit of a fiddle for a minute. I'm not happy about that one. There, put that one right on the top there. I think it needs a bit more. That's better. Much happier with that. Gotta have a fiddle. I didn't like the way that one was hanging down. I prefer that. So now that's taken my eye far better in through there. And then I've got the spikiness happening here. Watch the directional of that line, because that line's pulling my eye back in. So might need to turn it so it goes back into the design just a little bit more. Pop it in just a little bit closer. That's better, and I like that form. So I'm going to, I've got another little one here to give it a friend. Pop that one out in through here so I can continue that line there. Pop that one in under here. That one in through there. That's better. Oh, that's looking pretty good. I'm pretty happy with that so far. You sort of see the line that we've created. A little bit concerned about just this big flat leaf here. It's looking a little bit flat. Hi David, I'm glad you're enjoying the plant material. Yes, all out of the garden. So it's really nice being able to just to go and pick. Now if the leaf is too big, but you still need to have something there, you can just fold the leaf in half, but gently so you're not cracking it, and then tuck it in a little bit. And have a little bit of fern, a little bit of pears coming in over the top, and then it doesn't look like a giant satellite dish. So pull that there, and I might have one little flower I can pop in there somewhere. Where have I got it? Oh, I actually, when I went out to the garden, I like it when the dahlias are finished and they're just starting to set these little heads here. So what I'm going to do, you can actually tuck these in as well. One right in the centre there. I'm going to take another one out through here, give it a little friend in there to make it look like it wasn't a mistake. And then I'm going to take another one out through here just to strengthen that line a little bit. And it also brings a bit of unity. You can pop that into the hydrangea, which goes down into the water. And that there, my friends, is my version of a horizontal asymmetrical line design. Weight is balanced by a line, so that's why we call it asymmetrical balance. So I hope you enjoyed that. I'm just trying to do things that I know that you can pick from the garden, or just to find what you've got from around home, and I see a lot of you are actually doing that, and it's so much fun to see, and I hope you're all keeping well, and it's nice to see the smiley faces coming through. So have a wonderful day. Now I've got a really cool workshop tomorrow, another one. It's more of a technique, incorporating a lot of techniques, working with a palm spade. Some of you may not have them, but some of you may be able to use something else in place of it. So I'll look forward to seeing you all again tomorrow, and you're most welcome, Lynn. It's nice to see you. Bye for now, and I worked the camera out. It's so cool. I'm so excited. It's made my day. See you later. Bye.